Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, stick around, find out what we're all about. Also, do me a huge favor. I know I never ask this in my videos, but I'm asking today just because I haven't asked in a long time. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, and let's get started. So today's topic, I don't think that like Harley Davidson or any of the major motorcycle manufacturers are going to be huge fans of, but I don't care. They mean nothing to me. They don't pay my bills. They don't write me checks. They don't do any of that. So I get to share my opinion, and it affects me not. It doesn't affect me at all. Anywho, here's what I want to say. Because I know that there are a lot of people out there that are dreaming of having a motorcycle, right? There's a lot of people out there dreaming of having a Harley or an Indian or whatever that may look like. And a lot of people feel like they can't afford them. Mainly because they see all these bikes on the TV, on YouTube, and then they fall in love with these bikes, right? They see us do a video on a bike and they're like, oh, man, that new Street Glide is sweet. I ain't got $30,000. I don't have the credit for that. I don't have the cash for that. Interest rates are through the roof. I can't afford a motorcycle. And that is where the problem lies. Because they are now convinced that they can't have a motorcycle. They can't enjoy the motorcycle lifestyle. They can't let the wind blow through their hair, cruising through a backcountry road, listening to their favorite song. They just can't because they can't afford a $30,000 motorcycle. Well, here's where Harley is not going to like me. Are you listening? You don't need to buy a brand new Harley Davidson. You don't need to buy a 5-year-old Harley Davidson. Motorcycles have been built for, well, what did Harley just do, their 120th anniversary? There are a shitload of motorcycles out there. Any kind, any style. And if you want to do a little shopping, any price. You can find excellent deals on Harley Davidsons. I mean, most of you guys know the story. I bought the V-Rod that Baby Badger rides for $1,500. This bike behind me, it was donated to me. But the truth of the matter is, if it wouldn't have been donated, that person would have probably sold it for $2,000 or $3,000, maybe $4,000, right? Those bikes are out there. The problem is, we have this vision of, I need to be on a brand new Street Glide. When the truth of the matter is you can buy about any bike and turn it into whatever you want. For example, this is my 2005 Harley Davidson Fat Boy CVO. This is also my 2005 Harley Davidson Fat Boy CVO. Do you notice the difference? This one travels all over the country. I added a few things to it to make it comfortable. I put a windshield on it. I put bags on it. I put a backrest. I put a luggage rack so that I can haul luggage. This bike will do everything that I need it to do. Now let me tell you something else. I have these 3 bikes right here, and in the other garage I have the V-Rod. In all 4 of those bikes, I have less than the price of one new Street Glide, Road Glide, whatever you want to say. That, my friends, is why you can afford a motorcycle. I am here to tell you, you can afford a motorcycle. You might want to start somewhere else, and then if you want to go up, then go ahead. I'll be honest. In 2015, I bought this bike. I bought that bike for what was a really good deal at that time. I spent $7,500 on it. It had 17,000 miles on it. And it booked out at like 14, if I remember correctly, at that time. But I originally bought it to flip it because Mama Badger said, I don't want to spend $22,000 for a Street Glide. Man, I really, really, really wanted the denim black Street Glide. It was 2015. It was just after the Rushmore package came out. I rode these bikes every day because I worked at a Harley dealership. I sold the Street Glides, and at that time, the Street Glide was the bike. In 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, the Street Glide was the bike to have. And then it transitioned to the Road Glide. But at that time, Street Glide was it. That was the ultimate ride, and I was in love. So Mama Badger's like, look, we'll pay cash for this bike, and then you can turn around and you can sell it, and then you'll have more money. And then you can do the same thing until you earn yourself the Street Glide. You have to understand that is kind of how we live our life. At that time, I still had 2 kids that were in high school, well, junior high and high school, and I had lots of responsibilities. We had just moved from Missouri to Florida, which took a big chunk of our money, our savings, to make that move. So we just weren't in the position to write a check for a Street Glide. So we bought Silver, that bike. It now has 165,000 miles on it. But anyway, I fell in love with it. I loved the bike. I still love the bike. It is my favorite bike out of all the bikes I've ever ridden, and I take it everywhere. But I would have never known that I'd fall in love with this bike had I never bought the bike. Harley Davidson, the company, they don't make money on used bikes unless they get to do the financing. But once they've sold the original bike, Harley David corporate, their money's gone, other than buying parts and stuff like that. But from selling iron, they don't make any more money as that bike recycles through everywhere. So their goal is to sell you new bikes. That is their 100% goal. New bikes, new bikes, new bikes, new bikes. That was what we sold the most of course, when I was selling bikes, and that's what we pushed. New bikes, new bikes, new bikes. Now the dealerships, they make money on new and used, but Harley corporate, just new bikes. And of course, like I said, financing. So they'll finance you on that used bike. But I guess I'm kind of went down the rabbit hole here. My point is, life is hard right now for a lot of people. And, I hear it, I see it, people are talking about it all the time. And I guess what I want to say is you can still have or do all that stuff you want. You just have to go about it a different way, right? So you can't have a brand new Street Glide. Who cares? Buy you another bike. Ride it till you can get a Street Glide. But don't just give up on the idea of owning whatever it is you dream owning or whatever it is you dream of doing, period. Just start in a different location and work your way up to that. Anyway, anywho, you know me and my anyways. That's it for today, guys. I've been thinking a lot about it here lately, and then just seeing the different comments and stuff from people on our questions of, I can't afford one, bikes are just too expensive, Harley Davidson doesn't want people to buy their bikes. I mean, I hear that all the time. And let's face it, Harley Davidson has always been expensive, and they will always be expensive on the new level. But if you want to go step back a little ways and buy you a used bike, man, you can find some really nice used bikes out there for a really good price. And those used bikes, a lot of them don't have very many miles on them. And they will take you anywhere that you want to go. And it's still the same wind. It's still the same roads. And still the same adventure. Just give yourself a chance to enjoy it. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for watching. Sorry I rambled. We'll talk to you tomorrow.